Super excited to show these new card decks that we have released at the My Creative Community store. Each of these is designed to help you unlock the creative and collective wisdom within a group of people that you are hoping to serve. And so I'm going to walk you through a little bit, give you a sneak peek of what some of these card decks look like. We've been working on these for quite some time, so it's pretty exciting. This first deck is called the Curiosity Deck. Each deck of cards, if you get them, has a little booklet here that explains some overview of what the cards are for, how they can be used, some additional support that you can find on the website. So all of those come with a little booklet. This deck consists primarily of different question cards to help you better understand the people that you're hopefully trying to work with, perhaps new people that you're meeting at a conference, in a meeting of some sort. So there's a whole series of 72 different questions here. Each of these are aligned with different steps in the Canvas framework, which are 6 steps to help you build grassroots, bottom-up community building initiatives. So all of those are designed to help you spark a little bit of what is something that you are curious to know more about. And so you'll see each of these are simply really good, thoughtful, creative questions to help you unlock your curiosity with a group of people. So we've seen these used in lots of different ways. You can use it with a new team if you want to better get to know one another. You could put all the questions out and then have people shuffle the ones that they think are most important to talk about as a team. You could focus on just certain ones. So for example, all of these green ones are related to storytelling and the story that you're exploring, how you get sources of information, all of those kind of things. So you could, with a team members, just pull out those cards if you wanted. I've also seen them used at conferences where you can give each participant when they arrive one card that sits in the back of their name tag. And so as they arrive, this card is sitting sort of hanging on the back. And then during the introduction, usually of the conference, you can invite everybody to get these cards out and actually start swapping questions with one another to use it as a way to get to know each other on a slightly more intimate level. And so this is the Curiosity Deck. Again, 72 different question cards that you can use within your community. All of these have been beta tested with different groups to kind of perfect the questions that we thought were most relevant to helping you understand a community and the teams and groups that you work with. So that's Curiosity Deck. A follow-up deck here is called the Elements Deck. Elements Deck also consists of 72 cards. And these are likewise broken down into those 6 steps with the Canvas framework. So again, there's 6 steps: charting your path, ask probing questions, name early adopters, visualize a prototype, articulate your story, and sustain your efforts with partners. And so these cards are broken into those 6 different categories. So you've got a bunch of cards related to chart your path, a bunch of cards related to asking probing questions, a bunch that are related to naming your early adopters, and so forth and so forth. So each of these on the back side contain a specific element that you need to consider when working with a group of people, when trying to get a project off the ground. And so this is a really helpful kind of strategy and brainstorming tool that you can use with your group. All of these different cards, again, list a little bit of the element along with a short description of what that is. And so you can use these in a variety of ways. One of my favorite ways is to, you can almost do this in a speed networking format or with a small team. And you just start going through the cards and laying them out on a grid. And your grid could be what is clear versus unclear, and what's important for us to focus on versus unimportant. And so you can start prioritizing which things go where. You can use it also as just a brainstorming tool where you lay these out on a table and invite everybody to get some Post-it notes and share down ideas as it relates to what they think are there. So lots of great questions, elements that are framed out here that you need to be considering when working on a project. So this is the Elements Deck. Lots of really, really fun work in there. So that is the Elements Deck. Again, 72 cards, 12 cards in each of those 6 community building steps. We're just going to shuffle those up there because I've sufficiently unpacked them. So those are your Curiosity and Elements Deck. And then the last one here is the Placemaking Deck. This is our biggest of the 3 decks. This one is designed to help you spark creative ideas that you could tangibly build around your community. And so you've got a little guide here. This one has 5 different specific activities that you can actually use these cards with. On the website, we'll be updating more and more video tutorials and PDFs explaining how these different cards can be used in different capacities. But the placemaking deck consists of 2 different types of cards. There are place cards and item cards. And so you've got 48 different item cards here, and then 24 different place cards. On the back are simply a bunch of images. And we have gone and curated a whole bunch of images that are either place-based or item-based. And you can use these in different ways. And the goal here is to think about how can you creatively use the resources and assets that exist in your community to tangibly impact pockets of your community. So what would it look like to do sort of a pop-up shop maybe in a window and combine cameras and bikes in some capacity, right? So you can do, there's a brainstorm activity where you invite people to get cards, match them together, and then come up with concrete ideas out of those. And so you can use these cards, again, in lots of different ways. This little booklet has a whole bunch. There's a matchmaker activity, prioritize your importance, alter ego, improv generator, and stir an emotion. Again, these are just to help you kickstart some ideas, but it's fun to see how people are using these cards in a variety of ways. So lots of different images here to spark your different placemaking building initiatives. So this is our latest set of card decks. These are all available online. And so if you are curious, right, if you want to get more tools to help you in the community building efforts that you are doing, go ahead and check out the store and feel free to snag a couple tools that will help you in your own work. All right, take care.